Yeah, so talk to me about Something Human.
Sure. It's a bunch of fans were asking us to do a song with acoustic guitar, so I finally thought, I'd try it out, basically. Yeah, so I haven't done a song on the acoustic guitar since probably the first album or something. We did one song on the first album, and then we did another
Unintended,
song.
yeah.
I think it was one other song, like some deep cut on the third or fourth album, but acoustic-wise, I've never really sort of written a song. I'm always an electric player, so that was kind of where it started. It was the first song sort of wrote coming off the Drones tour. The Drones tour was pretty crazy, like being attacked by all this technology every night. Right. Literally, these drones were like, attacking. Chris got taken out by one at one point.
Right. And, well, the concert movie was just in theaters.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
And so kind of like this song is kind of almost the opposite of everything that tour was. That tour was all very conceptual, very kind of prog and very like, tech, fears of the future and all this kind of stuff, war and dark stuff. This song is more like, I just want to go home and just chill out with my girlfriend. That's literally what the song is about. It's probably one of the more simple songs I've ever written. And I
mean, do you feel pressure from the fans? Like you said, like fans were asking for this. I mean, like when a fan is asking, the fans collectively feel like there's something that they're asking for. I mean, do you just kind of stick with whatever you have in your mind collectively as a band, or do you try to play to that? I think that could get distracting, don't you?
Can do, yeah. But I think sometimes they have a point. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're good ideas. You go with.
Well, in this case, it was a good one. I'm trying to think if it actually really started from the fans or not. But it was something that maybe I said. I know what it is. It's like over the last 2 or 3 albums, I've said a lot that I want to do something that's more stripped back. Yeah. And every time I do an album, it just ends up being like the same sort of like crazy sort of over the top production. You know what I mean? So I guess it's more a case of like sort of sticking to that thing that I said a while ago. Really.
Yeah. So this song, Something Human, which again is out today, you can get it. But then Thought Contagion, all from a new album, the next album, which I'm hearing fall. Do you guys have any kind of...
Do you have a plan?
For that yet? Or?
Yeah, I know exactly when it's coming out.
Yeah. So is this the new... is this the new thing? Like, because of the way that the music industry works now, and with digital streaming and all kinds of things, like when you have a song that's ready to go, you don't have to necessarily wait for the album. You could put that song out. You could put, like, I think Beck did the same thing. Like Beck had 2 or 3 songs out from Colors before the album even dropped. But do you guys have a plan? Like, when's this coming out?
Well, on that point, yeah, absolutely. I think that was kind of the intention with Dig Down and Thought Contagion, because Dig Down was one of the first songs we worked on, and it just got done quite quickly, and we were like, well, let's just put it out, because we probably knew that we weren't going to release an album until this year or the end of this year, which is around the fall time hopefully, and it seemed too long to just sit on a song. So being able to just put stuff out very freely and as you want, and when you're ready to do so, it's good to do. It's good to do that for sure. And yeah, the album's going to hopefully come out in...
Well, I think November
time.
Sometime, yeah.
November time?
November time.
Well, the reality...
It's not finished yet. Yeah, it's not finished.
We're still working on it.
There's a few tracks. Yeah. So, we're hoping to get those tracks done in the next month, maybe, but we've got about 10 tracks in the bag already. So.
Yeah, because you're going to be doing a tour, and there'll be a whole thing.
Yeah, that'll be
with the new album.
Yeah, next year we're going to go out with a big tour and stuff, and it should be fun. Yeah.
So this new music, because Ravy, I know, is a fan of Black Mirror, and I understand like you're a fan of the show. And like I don't watch the show, but for people who don't know the show, Ravy, give me like a quick.
Well, I would think that, like, the overall theme of Black Mirror is how technology has changed us.
Yeah.
Alters us, has messed up our lives. It's a very, like, I could definitely see the Drones tour and how it kind of related to Black Mirror. Like, those themes were like one and the same.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to think. Yeah, I love Black Mirror. A huge fan. Love all the concepts in those shows, and some of those concepts align a lot with what we've been doing on some of our songs.
Can definitely see that.
I think on some of the visual world we're going into on this album is I'm experimenting with a different take on it all, which is kind of, I'd call it the white mirror.
Okay.
It's basically there is a positive way of.
So be a little bit more hopeful.
Possibly, I'm trying to. I thought I'm going to give it a go. You know what I mean? Just see how it feels. See how it feels. And so one of the themes that's sort of coming out of the album is going to be all about simulation, basically, and kind of virtual reality, and the fact that for example, like we all dreamed of traveling through space when we were younger in spaceships like Star Trek, and it's starting to look like that's probably not going to be possible because of the physical restraints. But what will be possible is the simulation of a universe that's accurate, and within that, I think one day we're all going to have like computers with us that can simulate universes, and we can travel and do anything we want through time and through space virtually, you know. So I kind of think there's a sort of new hope for the future of what simulation and technology could do for us, you know.
That's why I'm so into Ready Player One.
I was going to say, have you seen Ready Player One? Have you read that?
That movie?
Yeah. So I think films like that are bang on the money. I think there's a new sort of simulation and VR and all that stuff. I think is especially in the field of science. You know, science is really using simulation all the time to simulate things like, you know, black holes and all this kind of stuff. And so I think there's some exciting stuff coming out of that. So that's kind of one of the themes, and the videos we're doing are kind of sort of this idea that we can all just be whatever we want. You know
that's why you're wearing the VR goggles in the video, the very beginning.
So for me, it's like I just want to go back to the early 80s and be in Back to the Future.
Yeah.